Hey, what's going on, guys? Upright Tactical. I just got the new Glock 19 Gen 6. Badass fucking gun. Today I'm going to be installing these Ameriglow suppressor height sights because tomorrow I should be getting my my new Glock system adapter plate for the Gen 6 compatible to the Aimpoint Acro P2. I ordered it from the Glock store, and so it should be getting here tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll probably be making another video installing that. But for today, let's go ahead and get these night sights. That way when I get my red dot tomorrow, you know, it's ready to go. So first thing you want to do is release that magazine. Make sure you put it out to the side. Go ahead and press check it. Make sure there's no ammo in the chamber, no magazine. Go ahead and point that firearm in a safe direction. Pull that trigger. And so to remove the iron sights, I'm gonna have to remove the slide from the lower frame. So I'm just gonna kind of show you how to do that. So first thing you want to do is obviously kind of grab the gun like this, and you want to go ahead and pull it back, maybe about that much. And then you're gonna pull these two tabs down, which on the Gen 6, they actually, excuse me. On the Gen 6, they actually remove some material where it makes it a lot more easier to go ahead and pull those tabs down. So there's one on this side and one on this side. So you're just gonna slightly pull it back and push that down. And then you're gonna slide it forward and push the trigger. And it's pretty much gonna rock the slide forward. I'm not gonna do it on camera, I'm gonna do it off camera. But like I said, inspect the weapon, make sure there's nothing in there, which we already did that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. Just like that, you have your lower frame. I'm gonna put that out to the side, and you have your slide. So after you disassemble it, you notice this is the guide rod spring right here. You wanna just go ahead and pull that off. So with the new Glock Gen 6, they actually went back to the old school guide rod spring. I believe these were in the Glock Gen 3s and below. I know Gen 5s didn't have it. Gen 5s had the dual capture spring system. Which to my knowledge, they put that spring in there to kind of compensate for like 40 cal, but being that 9mm is like superior and it's very popular, they went back to the single guide rod spring, which I think it's gonna give you a lot softer shooting. It's gonna be a lot softer shooting. So here's your guide spring. Go ahead and remove that barrel. It pretty much just falls out, so go ahead and just tilt it like that. Falls out, put your barrel off to the side. So the reason why we take that off is because you want to get that little nut that's in there. If you see, it's that little nut that's right there. Go ahead and go on Amazon or some websites. I got this on Amazon. It's like a Glock iron sight removal kit. So it's just pretty much like a little hex screw to go ahead and take that screw right there. And also for the iron sights, this pack part, I got like those non-marring polymer things, and I just kind of put some duct tape on it to give it a better surface area. That way when I hit it with the hammer, you know, I don't go fucking up my fingers or some shit like that. But so there's that. So let's go ahead and start by removing that front iron sight. That's the easiest thing to do. So just grab your tool and go ahead and put it right here. If you hear any noise in the background, that's probably my daughter. She's crazy. So just like that, it comes off easy. Just kind of put that out to the side. And so like I said, I got these from Amazon. These are the Ameriglow suppressor height sight, blacked out sights. I like, recently I got into the blacked out sights. I watched a lot of videos, heard a lot of pros and, you know, well, not really cons about it, but mainly pros. You know, being that obviously red dots have dominated the industry in the past years. You know, and especially if you use a quality made red dot like the Aimpoint Acro P2, the chances of it, you know, malfunctioning are very low. Especially since I'm not putting this firearm through, you know, severe conditions such as like overseas in the military or law enforcement. And even in those conditions, weapons like this, like the Glock 19 and the Aimpoint Acro P2, obviously, work very well. So, so the reason why I don't want to, like I said, the reason why I want blacked out iron sights is to pretty much have less clutter when I'm trying to, focus on the dot. Which you don't want to focus on the dot, God forbid someone tries to, hurt you or one of your loved ones, anyone around you. You obviously want to be target focused, kind of have that dot floating in the background, but you know what I mean. So the iron sight pretty much just lines up with the frame, with the slide right there. So you pretty much just kind of put it right there. You might have to kind of eyeball it left to right, kind of center that thing. I know there's people out there that kind of get like calipers to have it dead center. And I'm honestly really picky like that too, but I'm not gonna, pay the money to get those calibers. Maybe some other time and stuff like that, but you wanna go ahead and put the screw right there. And if you notice, it already has dry blue Loctite, which I would probably personally put maybe another little dash of, wet Loctite, but honestly, this would probably just be fine. If it starts to loosen or something like that, down the line, then I'll probably reapply some wet Loctite. But so just grab your screw right there and go ahead and put it on that, in the hole right there, and just kind of screw it on. If it feels rough when you're putting it in, maybe back off. You don't want to strip those threads. So right there, it looks like it's kind of like flush. It's about to get tight, so I'll maybe take a look at it and see if it wobbles left to right, which it doesn't. I didn't snug it on there tight, but I guess as you tighten it, it kind of like times it, if that makes sense. Like it kind of puts it exactly where it needs to be. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snug it down. And being that they're like, small threads and stuff like that, you don't want to over tighten this. You don't want to strip it. You don't want to snap that front side off. Just kind of, feel it. That's probably good right there for me. So that's good. That's not gonna go nowhere. So there's the front iron side. Let's go ahead and do that rear one. So if you notice, I had that duct tape right here out to the side. It's good to keep a roll of duct tape or painter's tape around, just the way you could go ahead and use it as kind of like a beading surface. Just that way you don't mess up, your countertops and stuff like that. I also put this mat on there. I got this on Amazon. I don't know, maybe like 19 bucks, 15 bucks. Just to kind of help with stuff like that too. So I know with some guns, it's specific in what direction you need to hit the iron sight out at. I don't think with Glock there would be a specific direction, and to tell you the truth, I don't care. I'm just gonna hit it one way and see, if it comes off. But so just kind of put it off like that to the edge, where it's kind of leaning. I mean, you could put it right here too, but eventually you're gonna have to move it down because that iron sight is gonna start hitting the duct tape. So maybe we'll do it like this. Being that I'm right-handed, I'm gonna hit it with my left hand like that. So, and like I said, you want to get one of these non-marring punches. You just kind of put it like that. Let me see what feels good. Maybe like right there. Just go ahead and grab your hammer and give it some taps. Just like that, came right off. That was pretty fucking easy. Hopefully it's the same thing putting this one on, because I know when I was putting it on my Glock 45, these were kind of snug fit. They were a little bit tight to put on. I do see that there's one narrower side and one more open side. I think it goes this way. I mean, that would make sense to me. That's more narrow up in the front, more like kind of open in the back. That's what. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some alcohol on this Q-tip to just kind of remove the residue and stuff like that, oils. That will probably like loosen up the iron sight over time, over times of recoil and stuff like that. So a little alcohol won't help keep things clean. So same thing, just kind of butt it up like that. Maybe hit it on that flat face before you have to hit it on this face right here. Just checking it out, making sure that it's gonna go on that side. Yeah, so these iron sights sometimes are really hard to get in, especially that rear one has like tight tolerances and stuff like that. Let's try it maybe the other way. Like I said, sometimes with some of these companies, oh, there it goes flying off screen. Oh, fuck. Let me try to do it this way. Let me see.
Austin, Caliente is on Uber Eats. Get buy one, get one free on select tacos and burritos. Only on Uber Eats.
Being on a wait list.
That's an Uber Eats commercial right there, guys.
It wasn't until I found Fridays that I was able to lose over 6.
Got that music on YouTube. Yeah, let me try it this way. Man, those iron sights are a bitch to get on. Damn. Honestly, a plastic hammer wouldn't be a bad idea to get. That way I don't have to be putting these two together. Let me try something else. I'm gonna try to put a paper towel because I don't want to mar the iron sights. I like it all nice and blacked out. I'm just gonna try hitting it directly like that. Yeah, it looks like it's going in. Down. Kind of got to hit it pretty hard. Looks like it's going in. It's about halfway through, so it's going in. It's just, I'm telling you, it's just hard. And I'm beating on it pretty hard too. That's what she said. There it goes. So I know there's a lot of videos out there. Obviously, these aren't new guns. This isn't a new thing. It's not a new video of like putting iron sights on there and stuff like that. But I know a lot of stuff that's out there is really edited, and you know, I like the kind of content that I like to put out is more like raw and unedited. You know, I like to kind of show you guys real time, like the struggle of kind of putting some of these things on, and just that we could kind of see maybe some things that will help. Like real time, I just kind of got this napkin, and that worked out a lot better. If I would have been banging at it with this, it would have probably taken a longer time. So I'm gonna Now I'm gonna hit it on this flat surface, being that this is more kind of this surface right here, this small surface that I was hitting it on is more fleshed up to here. So now I'm gonna start hitting it here